Hello students, welcome to a lesson through the virtual training center of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher, and in this lockdown period, since we are not able to go to school children, we will be doing many lessons here online through the virtual class. So come on, let's proceed to our lesson for today. Today children, we will be doing a lesson in standard 3rd EVS, and this lesson is again about water. So what is the name of this lesson? It is more about water. Now children, in the past 2 weeks, we have been doing lessons related to water. Now this is lesson number 10 in your EVS textbooks. Now lesson number 8 was also about water, lesson number 9 was also about water, isn't it? Because water is a very important part of our environment, isn't it? We are living in a world where we need food to eat, and we need air to breathe, and we need water to drink. So water is very important for our life. That is why we are learning 3 lessons about water this year. So this is the 3rd lesson about water, more about water. Now let us try and see what the other 2 lessons were. So if you remember, the first lesson, that is the 8th lesson that we did, was our need for water. And in this particular lesson, we learnt about how we use water for drinking, how we use it for cooking, okay, and for cleaning. When we say cleaning, we use water for cleaning our bodies, for cleaning our clothes, for cleaning our vessels, for cleaning our houses, etc. We also saw that water is required for farming or for agriculture, and also water is required for industries. Along with this, animals also require water. So we saw that our need for water is very big. Okay, so we cannot do at all without water. Let us move on and see what we did in the next lesson in this particular series. That is, in lesson number 9, we talked about where this water comes from. So we talked about rain, and we talked about the sources of water. See, in this also you can see water is there in a well. The boy is drinking water from a well. Okay, and there is a hand pump. We saw that the main source of water is the rain. And we also saw how rivers are formed, how springs are formed, etc. So we have learned a lot about water in the previous 2 lessons. In this lesson, let us learn some more interesting things about water. So let us see what we will learn about water in this term or in this lesson. So let us understand about some qualities of water. So in this particular lesson, we are going to talk about certain qualities of water. So let us see what the qualities of water are. So let us look at something. So what are we looking at now? We are looking at a glass of water. So what can you see? Does this water have any color? So what is the color of water in this glass? So is it white, or is it green, or is it red? Does the water in this glass have any kind of color? So I cannot see any color in this particular glass of water. That means water has no color. Can you see? A glass of water, but it doesn't have any color. It is neither white, nor is it green, nor is it pink or orange. Okay, so water as such has no color. Let us move on and let us look at some more important, you can say, qualities of water. So what is this particular quality? What is this girl doing? She's smelling a flower. Okay, and she is enjoying the smell of that flower. She liked the smell of that flower. Can you see how she's closing her eyes when she's smelling the flower? That means a flower is fragrant. Fragrant means it has got some kind of smell. It is fragrant. Fragrant means good smell. Okay, so a flower has got some kind of smell. A flower is fragrant, it has got some kind of smell. Whereas, suppose you smell water. Do you get any kind of smell from water? You do not get any kind of smell from pure water. Okay, suppose you mix some kind of, you can say, rose syrup into water, then you will get the smell of the rose. But water which is pure, it does not have any kind of smell. So this is one quality of water. The flower, a rose is fragrant, a flower has got smell. When you go outside on the road and you see a lady with gajra in her hair, you will see that there is a nice smell coming from the gajra, isn't it? When you pick up an orange and when you smell it, you get a typical smell of the orange. But if you smell a glass of pure water, that water has no smell. Okay, so water has got no smell. And in the previous picture, what did we see? That water has got no color also. Let us move on. So this is the second quality of water. Water has got no smell. Okay, so if you add something to the water will take the smell of that added thing. But water which is pure, it has got no smell. Let us move on. What is this boy eating? Can you see there is water? There is a juice coming out of his mouth. That means he is enjoying eating this thing. So what is this thing that he's eating? He is eating mangoes. And have you all eaten a mango, children? We all know that a mango is a very, very sweet fruit. And there is no one here, I don't think there is anyone who would not like a mango. So we wait for the summer season when it is the season of mangoes, and then we eat mangoes, we eat amras, we eat mango ice cream. Okay, we drink mango milkshake. So mango is everyone's favorite fruit. And a mango is very, very sweet to taste. Now look at this thing. What is this thing? It is a tamarind. What do we call it? We call it chinsa, or we call it imli. Now when you look at the tamarind, your mouth starts watering because the tamarind has got a very typical taste. The tamarind is how? It is sour to taste. Can you see? When you eat a tamarind, how do you react? You react like this. So a tamarind is sour to taste. Okay? Now how does water taste but? So we saw that the mango is sweet, the tamarind is sour. Have you ever tried to bite a green chili? If you try to bite a green chili, now your mouth will burn till you drink lots and lots of water. That means a green chili is spicy. Okay? Suppose you eat a piece of bitter gourd, that is karela. Then also you will run for water because the karela or the bitter gourd, it is very, very bitter. So how does water taste? Have you ever thought about this? How does water taste? We all know that water does not have any taste. Now when I am saying that water does not have any color, water does not have any smell, water does not have any taste, we are talking about pure water. Okay, if you mix anything in water, then it will naturally change, not only in smell, not only in taste, but also in color. Okay, so water has got no taste. So this boy is drinking water, can you see? But the water which he is drinking has got no taste at all. So then what are the characteristics of water, children? Now characteristics is a big word, but the meaning of characteristics is qualities. Okay, so the characteristics of water are: water has no smell, water has no taste, and water has no color. So we can say it is colorless, no color; tasteless, no taste; no smell. Along with this, there is one more quality of water that we will see now, and that is water is transparent. Now what is the meaning of transparent? Transparent means that you can see through water. Now look at this, there is a bulb here. Okay, and the bulb is burning bright, and there is a glass, you can say, kept in the middle, but you will see that the light of the bulb, which is shown in this yellow color, it passes through this glass, isn't it? So if you're standing here, I will still be able to see the bulb on this side. Okay, so this particular glass, it is transparent. In the same way, children, water is also transparent. So see here, there is a glass in which the glass is full of water, and you have dropped a strawberry into the glass. Okay, now the glass is transparent. See, we saw here the water is also transparent. That is the reason that you are able to see this strawberry inside the glass of water, isn't it? That means water has got one more property, that water is transparent. So this is one more quality of water. So when I say quality, did you understand what I mean, children? Quality means, now for example, if you touch a cat, you see that the cat, the skin or the fur, it feels very soft, isn't it? Whereas if you pick up a stone, you will feel that it is hard. Okay, so the quality of the cat is, it is soft to touch, whereas the quality of the stone is, it is hard to touch. All right, so this is called as quality. So we are looking at the qualities of water, and we saw that water has got no color, water has got no smell, it has got no taste, and now we are seeing that water has got one more quality, that is, water is transparent. So in this lesson, children, we are going to learn lots of things about water. Okay, so let us move on and let us see the next example. Now when you say transparent, what is the opposite of transparent? That also we will learn now. It is opaque. See the spelling? O-P-A-Q-U-E. So you say opaque. You don't say opaque. Okay, you say opaque. Now what is the meaning of opaque? Opaque means opposite of transparent. Now see this boy, he has held you can say something in front of his face, and this particular thing is opaque. Why? Because you are not able to see his face at all. Okay, so if you could see his face, then it would be transparent. You cannot see his face, so it is opaque. Okay, so what about water? Is water transparent or is water opaque? Yes, it is transparent. See here, one more idea so that you know what is transparent and opaque. See, there is this boy and this girl. They are standing in front of a wooden door here. Alright, so you cannot see their one hand and one leg. Can you see? No. But look at this picture. There is a glass door here. Therefore, you can see their hand and leg, the one which is hidden behind the door. So this is opaque and this is transparent, and our water is transparent. It is not opaque. Okay, let's see one more example for transparency. Transparent means all light passes through. Light passes through anything, then that thing is called transparent. When light does not pass through something, then we say it is opaque. Okay, so along with qualities of water, we also have understood now what is the meaning of transparent and what is the meaning of opaque. Alright children, so let's move on and let us now finally talk about some more transparent objects. So see, the glass is a transparent object. See here you can see through the glass you can see the sand falling. Here through the specks also you can see the outside world. See, this is a looking glass, this is a glass of water. So glass is transparent. It allows light to pass. So all the objects which allow you to see clearly through them are all transparent objects. Okay children, see? So our water is transparent. So these are some more qualities of water. Some more, when you learn, when you grow little big, you will start calling it properties of water, or you might also start calling it as characteristics of water. But right now we will say qualities of water. Okay. So let's see once again. Let us check what are the qualities of water. So pure water has no color. Okay. Pure water has no color. Pure water has no smell. You will not be able to get any kind of smell from pure water. Pure water has no taste also. Okay, for example, now it is a rainy season, children. In your place also it must be raining. So with the permission of your parents, when it rains, just try to do what this boy is doing. Just open your mouth and try to drink the rainwater directly. Okay, you will see that it has got no taste at all. So pure water has no taste, and finally it is transparent. Okay, now why are we using the strawberry all the time? Because the strawberry is a very bright fruit, so you will be able to understand very clearly that it is seen so clearly inside the water. So pure water has got these 4 qualities: that it has no color, it has no smell, it has no taste, and it is transparent. So these are the 4 qualities that we have learned now till this stage of the lesson. Let us move on and learn about some more qualities of water. Let us talk a little bit about the shape of water. So children, have you ever thought about the shape of water? So does water have any shape? Try this small experiment. Go into your bathroom after you finish watching this lesson. Take water in a mug and fill the mug with water, and fill a bucket also with water, and look at the shape of the water in the mug, and then look at the shape of the water in the bucket. You will understand the difference after we learn this part of the lesson. So let us talk now about the shape of water. So what is this, children? This is peat, or this is flour, wheat flour. Any flour it can be. It can be rice flour, wheat flour, but it is atta. Okay, peat that we call in Marathi, and in Hindi we call it atta. And let us compare it with water now. So when we compare these two things, when we compare the shape of these two things, you will be able to understand the difference, and you will also be able to understand about the shape of water. So let us check now. So see, we have taken this flour or atta or peat on a plate. So what is the shape of the plate, children? The shape of the plate is flat, isn't it? And these are all images from your textbook. Okay, so I have not taken an image from outside till now. These are images from the textbook. So understand this first, and then we will go to outside images also. So this is flour on a plate. Okay, look at this shape of the flour. It is like a mound, isn't it? It is like a small heap. And look at this shape of the flour. So this is flour which we have taken on a plate. Look at this picture now. This is flour in a glass. Okay, let us look carefully at the shape now. Here also it is in the form of a mound, or it is in the form of a heap. Alright, and in the glass also, children, the flour is in the form of a heap, isn't it? Let us move on and let us look at water now. So let us take water on a plate. I told you now that the plate is flat. So when you pour water on it, the water, what happens to it? The water also becomes flat. So then what do we understand about the shape of water from this? Let us take one more image so you will understand better. Look at this. The same water we poured into a glass. So now the water on the plate was like a sleeping line, and the water in the glass is like a standing line, isn't it? That means that the flour, when we took it on a plate or when you took it in a glass or whether you took it in anything else, it did not change its shape. Whereas the water, when you poured it into a plate, it became flat. When you poured it into a glass, it became tall. That means water has got no shape. See, there are three more containers of water here. So can you see? One is like a cone. Alright, one container has got the shape of a cone, a big cone, like a big funnel it is. The second one is like a cylinder. Have you seen the glass cylinder in your homes? So this is like a long cylinder. And look at the third one. It is like a pipe, or it is like a cone ice cream. Have you eaten a cone ice cream? So the cone ice cream ka cone looks like this, isn't it? So there are these three things. And now look at the water inside them. So here the water is in the shape of this vessel. Here the water is in the shape of the cylinder. And here the water is in the shape of the cone. That means water does not have any shape of its own. It takes the shape of the container. Container means whichever vessel you pour water into, the water will take the shape of that particular vessel. So you remember in the beginning I asked you to think about the idea of going to the bathroom and picking up a mug of water and then looking at the bucket of water and trying to find out whether the shape is same or different. So now what do you realize? You realize that water takes the shape of the container. So if you pour it into a flat vessel, water becomes flat. If you pour it into a tall vessel, water becomes tall. Okay, so such an interesting quality, isn't it, of water this is? See, this is also one more very, very interesting image for water takes the shape of the container. See, the first one is like a straight cylinder. So the water is also like a straight cylinder. Next one is, see, twisted, 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 like a spring. So the water also has become like a spring. The third one, the water looks like two pots, isn't it? And in the fourth one, you will see that the water is a thin cylinder. Now this water is colored, children, so that you understand that it has taken the shape of the container. So this is one more, you can say, information or one more quality of water, that it takes the shape of the container. So if you pour it in a container, so whatever the shape of the container is, the water will get the same shape. Look here, this is also one interesting picture, isn't it? You must have seen this kind of, you can say, jars in which we used to get milk in the olden times. And then there is this flat bartan, a flat bottle. So you can see here the water is tall, and here the water has become flat, short, and the amount of water is the same. Okay, children, see, this water is also 200 ml and this water is also 200 ml. So the quantity of water is the same, but see, according to the shape of the container, how its shape changes. All right, so this is about water. One more quality, that water takes the shape of the container. That means water does not have any shape of its own. All right, let us look at one more example to tell you. See, solid. Solid means, suppose you're talking about a piece of stone. Okay, it is solid. You talk about soap, it is solid. Okay, you talk about your mobile phone, it is solid. So solids, they have their shape, they retain their shape. See here, this is a solid inside a big vessel, so it has got the same shape. This is the same thing inside a long vessel, it has got the same shape. See, this is inside a cone, it has got the same shape. So that means that solids have the same shape. And water does not have the same shape everywhere. Okay, children? Now let us look at one more quality of water. See, what is this man doing? He's pouring a glass of water. See, have you ever done this? While we play Holi, we pour water on each other, isn't it? It is not a good idea to waste too much water, but yes, you can play a little bit of Holi. So now this man is pouring water. What will happen to the water? The water will spill on the floor. Okay, so whenever you take water and you try to pour it, the water will spill on the floor. Let us talk about how this quality of water is, or what is this quality of water. So water spreads on a flat surface. So if there is a flat surface and water falls on that flat surface, it starts spreading. See here, have you gone to the seashore and have you seen water coming towards you? So water spreads on that flat surface, isn't it? Because of the wave or because of whatever reason, water spreads on a flat surface. See here, water is falling from the pipe, but it is spreading on the floor. So water has got one more quality, that when it falls, when you spill it, when you pour it out, it spreads on a flat surface. And children, see, you will see that water slides on a slope. So when there is a slope, you will see that water slides on that slope. So see here, these are some interesting images. See, have you ever been to a water park? There you will see that there are slides like this in which there is water, and then they put you in a boat and the boat comes flying down. Why does the boat come flying down? Because that boat flows along with the water. And can you see how the water is flowing from top to bottom? See here, the water flowing. Okay, so there are some more things that we have learnt about water in this lesson, and that is water takes the shape of the container. That is, if you pour water into a glass, it will become the shape of a glass. If you pour water into a bottle, it will become the shape of the bottle. If you pour water into a bucket, it will become the shape of the bucket. If you pour water into a plate, it will become the shape of the plate, isn't it? And look at this. Water spreads on a flat surface. We saw that if you pour water like this with a glass or with a mug, it does not remain like that. It spreads out. Water spreads out. See, even here you must be seeing on the slide behind this on your screen how water is flowing, isn't it? It is not staying in a place, it flows, so it spreads. And you will also see that water flows down a slope. Okay children, so in today's lesson we have talked about the first half of the lesson, where we talked about water and its qualities, and we saw that water does not have any smell, water does not have any taste, water does not have any color, and water is transparent. And when I told you all this, I told you that we are talking about pure water. And after that, we also learned about the next few qualities of water. And one is that water takes the shape of its container and it spreads on a flat surface. And we also saw that water flows down a slope. Now there are some more things about water that we will learn, but then now we do not have enough time for it today. So wait for the next video. So in the next video we will learn some more things about water. So children, wasn't that a wonderful video? And did you enjoy watching it? So if you want to watch more such videos in future, then please like this video and also subscribe to our channel, the MCGM Portal for Education, and also hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video here. Thank you so much for now. Let's meet again soon.